Hello, this is Teresa. Welcome back. I'm back already. So instead of like doing one and then trying to get some work done and doing another one, I just decided to get them both going right now, and then I can focus on work the rest of the day. So this is my introduction video to the Junk Journal Madness collaboration, and I'm gonna have to check on that title and see if that looks right. But anyways, I'm doing Victorian vintage, and I have come up with some fun ideas for doing this. Now I've gone back and forth with some things, but one of the things that is really important to me, I do have a history major, and history is a passion of mine. I love antiques, I love junk journaling, I love all of that history. I do not need this piece, that's for another day. So we'll just tuck that over there. But I lost something here. Where did it go? Here they are. Okay. One of the things that I've gone back and forth about is that I want to keep things vintage and keep things within the Victorian era. So I did this, one, because I think these little flashcards are cool, and I tried making my own like digital, but I'm not a digital artist, and what I came up with was too big. So then I ended up, I had purchased some of these Tim Holtz ideology flashcards, and I thought, okay, so how can I repurpose that for my needs? And this is what I came up with. So I wanted to remember that Victorian belongs to, connects with, or is typical of Britain in the middle and late parts of the 19th century, from the dates between 1837 and 1901, when Victoria was queen. Okay, check. Then vintage are items that are typically much younger than antiques. These pieces are typically defined as being at least 20 years old, but less than 100 years old. Check. Okay, so this is vintage paper from a book. This is a digital. Well, no, it's not. This is designer series paper that I printed a digital on. So designer series paper is a Stampin Up product. And then I do not recall, I think I got this digital from Create with Scrimping Mommy. Just something I had in my stash. And so what I was going to do was I was going to glue this inside of here, and then trim this and glue the other side inside of there to make it look like a real book in a sense. And this is obeying my role of keeping it vintage and or Victorian. This is not obeying my role. And then just segue a little bit here. I want to put some history in this. I'm working on putting history in this. This came from a PDF document that I found online. This isn't necessarily a digital, but it is a digital. So I was thinking about breaking my rule. I'm trying to put this somewhere where I don't accidentally tear it because it's important to me. And putting this down here, and then maybe putting this here, and then putting this here, like that. And I'm going to vintage this up a little bit. Now, Now, if you haven't heard me say it before, and if you're new to my channel, I don't do a lot of what I would call tutorial type videos. I'm more of an idea person. So I come up with ideas, and I either create a prototype before I come online, do most of the designing, developing, copying, if I'm copying somebody, offline, pre-recording, and then I share with you the idea that I've come up with. A couple reasons for that. One is because I try not to make my videos a book, and I'm talking an hour and a half, 2 hours. Another thing is because I am not as creative if I try to be creative when the camera's rolling. And then also some things are more shaky for me to do, so I try not to do the shaky things while the camera's running. And in that respect, I'm referring to my familiar trimmers. Now, their trimmers, they are categorized as essential and familiar according to my doctor. My doctor says because my trimmers were passed down through genetics from grandma and whoever else before her, that I'm categorized as having familiar trimmers. Let's put some of this down. You're going to have a medical lesson and historical lesson. Wow, this is a very informative video if I do say so myself. And yes, I've decided to pull the trigger and use this beautiful paper and break my roll. Let's see how many times I can keep from breaking my roll. Supposed to be an introduction, but it's also getting the cover ready. And as you can tell, this is going to be a very small journal. I have some fun things, what I think are fun things. And I want to say that I know it's a struggle to have all the stuff when you're junk journaling. Fortunately, I have a great business that provides for my husband and I, and then he has some retirement income as well, and I'm able to splurge on some things. The Amazon guy knows me by heart. Just kidding, he doesn't. But I always laugh at those memes that say, the UPS truck driver stopped by and asked how my wife was doing because she didn't get a delivery today. Yeah, I can relate to that. My husband can relate to that. Anyways, what I was trying to say is that, the bummer even for somebody like me who can afford to buy some of this stuff, like, I put out a $75 bill, which there is no such thing as a $75 bill, but I put out $75 for a vintage paper kit, I think is what it was called. Thank you, Vanessa at Clemens Crafts. I love it. But the thing is that not everybody can do that, and to be honest with you, I'm going to end up hoarding a lot of it for probably quite a while. I'm going to try not to. And then I ask myself about some of these things, am I going to use it all? For instance, I don't have any French books in my collection. I have Italian books and German books I have English to Italian dictionary, but I don't have any French books. I have some French pages, but those go right into hoard mode, man, because if I start using them, am I gonna run out? Oh my gosh. You know, so that's how some of us think. I really like how that's coming together. I probably should have done the inside first, but there we go. Okay, so I need to figure out how far this needs to go. Anyways, what I want to say is, when I say I collect these books, it doesn't mean I collect them intact. No, one of the first thing I do is I start cutting into those babies. Not the whole thing. I go in the middle and cut a signature out at a time, and it still looks like I've got a whole book on my shelf. But my husband just is amazed, you know. He'll see this whole book, and right away, Teresa's cutting into it. So, again, what I'm trying to say, and I keep losing my train of thought, is if you see something in one of my videos, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing a French journal right now, and I just can't afford to put out, say, 30 bucks, 35 bucks, whatever, for a French book. Or maybe you don't even have, say, I'm just going to grab a random number. I don't really know how much I paid for the last French pages pack, but maybe you don't even have $12 to buy a pack of French pages, plus shipping, maybe even. Let me know, and I would be happy to give you my address. You could send me a stamped envelope, or even just your address, and I'd be happy to send you a page. I might have to fold it in half, so that it'll go in a regular, you know, letter size envelope, but then you would end up, let's see, no, I actually wanted this to show. So I was going to cut this so that this would be out more and it would show. Some of it would show. Okay, so that means that I should probably glue this down first so that, oops, see, it's starting to tear. I gotta quit handling it so much. How am I gonna glue that down and not tear that? Alright, I give up. I'm just gonna use this side. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use Barely Art glue. Where's my pen? So hopefully I'll have some wiggle room. Okay, so to sum up what I just said, if you don't have a big budget and you would like a French page or an Italian page or a German page, you know, something that maybe you saw me show in a video that I'm working with, let me know. And so I want that to show like that. So that is now too long, and I put my glue down. Okay, let's just get past this. Oh, and then I wanted this up. Phew! So glad I used Barely Art, because I want this to line up at the bottom so that I'm trying to get patina. That's what I'm doing, is I'm trying to get patina to show. Okay, I'm committed. Yeah, so just message me if that's something you're interested in. Also, I have a Ko-fi shop that has a few things in there that are at a reasonable price. Like, for instance, when I started collecting ephemera, or I call it ephemera other or something like that. I forget what I call it. Anyways, that works and that works. It's going to be a little bulky there, but it will work. You know, you get 100 pieces, and I just wanted a few. So I have what's called a junk journal startup kit, and it has like some magnets in it. I don't really like that bulk. Let's see if I can get that bulk off without messing everything up. So what I did was no, Teresa, you're cutting the wrong thing. There we go. And I didn't cut through the paper, yay. There, that's a lot less bulk. I'm getting ready to do some paper packs in regards to like paper scraps. So vintage scraps, where I go ahead and cut or tear them up. I'll probably cut, because you can always cut and then tear, but you can't, well, you can tear and cut, but I think it'd be better to cut. And then put them in a pack. I don't know, for maybe $5 or $10, just a small package, something that won't cost a lot for me to ship to you, because I always pass, you know, shipping costs on to folks, and then mark it up a little bit to make a little bit so that I can buy more fun stuff and share with folks. Anyways, I haven't done those yet. What was I going to do? I was going to do probably a book page specific scrap pack, and then an other vintage scrap pack, like that would have maybe music, piano paper, Braille. I'm already got some Braille listed on my in my Ko-fi shop, in my Ko-fi shop. Lord help me with my English. Some days it's hard to tell that English is my first language. Sorry if I got out of camera range. I was not watching. I was very focused on trying to make things work. I don't know if I got as much glue down as I wanted to, but it's committed. I'm committed. It's committed. It's a done deal. Alright, so we have the cover done. And we've got we've broken a lot of rules right there. But I've got some pages that are coming in that are within the right date range. And I had some of this beautiful stuff from my paper pack. but the date range is wrong. This is 1684, 1721. This digital would be cool because it has 1884 there, which is within the correct date range. I might take that and like mount that onto some vintage paper and call that good. There's just some background paper, digitals, but then I remembered that I wanted to be a purist. So for that reason, oh yes, that's what I was going to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab it so that I don't forget again what I want to do. I have some, this kind of turned in more than an introduction. I thought it was here, but it does not appear to be here. So like, I don't know what date this music paper is, but it looks old to me. So I'll cut down a piece of this music paper as a page. Ah, it's in this one. These are French pages here. And I didn't realize that they were folios. I tore some of them for another project. But this is, I think these are 1901, if I remember correctly, 1928. Could have sworn I had something that was 1901. Well, they're vintage. Sometimes music has dates on it. Copyright 1930. So that's vintage. I just thought I had something that said 1901. This is 1880. Where's my cheat sheet? $1837. That qualifies. So I could use this as a page. Yes, I could copy this stuff, but I don't want to copy. I want to use real vintage. So could I do this one? Nope. Make a pocket. Sew that in there. That would flip in, and then we'd have a pocket. Or I might just cut that down more. Just need the date, 1891. 1891. Yeah, I've got a memory like a sieve. Yep, that qualifies. I might use that piece. Okay, well, I've got to work through this pile of stuff, and I want to look for some stuff that has dates. And then I should be getting my other stuff here real soon. And yeah, you can see I needed more stuff, right? Some days I'll look at my husband and I'll say, Jeff, I have a problem. I need an intervention. And he'll laugh at me. He will just laugh at me. Okay, so I'm going to keep this stuff together for the next video. I hope that I was able to do something that was inspiring, and I hope that you get as excited about Junk Journal Madness as I am excited. And you know, just before I leave, I'm going to look real quick, subscriptions, and where is my friend, Junk Journal Madness. Yep. So JJ. So actually I will edit this title to be July's Junk Journal Madness. I think I'll put Junk Journal Madness in July. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So thank you very much again. I hope you'll stay tuned. I hope you'll hit that bell so that you get notifications for when I go live or when I upload a video, whatever the case may be. And if I inspired you in any way, I hope that you will at the very least hit that thumbs up button. And I'd love it if you subscribe. And hi Patricia, I just saw your comment. Thank you. Yeah, I want this to be a bit of a history lesson as well. I think I said that in the beginning. So I am going to take, I don't know if I'm going to like print out the text and then glue it onto one of the pages, or if I'm going to handwrite. Because another thing that is important to me is to give examples of opportunities to handwrite in your journals, because a lot of us say that we don't write in our journals, and some people are perfectly happy with having journals and not writing in them. That is not me. So I do have a lot of junk journals that I haven't written in, but I do have quite a few that I have written in too. And I have my own planner that I've been working hard on designing this year. This is for me. It is used. I do have a lot of stuff in there. I've already altered it. You know, this is an altered book, and then I altered it a second time to make the spine that much bigger, and it's still getting to be a bit of an alligator mouth. So this design is in progress. This is bringing me to what I call planner piece, but I'm an idea person. I do things on the fly, and I try to be an encouraging person, and in this respect, to use your journals to write in, if that is something that A, you enjoy doing, or B, you've always wanted to do, or you need ideas for how to do that. So that's me. That's my objective. I like to keep my channel real. I'm not perfect. I don't pretend to be perfect, but I try very hard. So